A cafe conversation. A cafe conversation. It's a cafe conversation in the ladies' room. 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 A cafe conversation in the ladies' room.
Good evening, and welcome back to Cafe Conversations. Yes, the cafe is open again tonight. I am your host, Cherise, and as you can see, I got a room full of my ladies in the cafe with me tonight, and I am so excited because you know what, y'all? It's holiday season. It's holiday season. This is my favorite time of year. Don't let the short sleeves fool you. Okay. Don't let the short sleeves fool you. But it is my favorite time of year, and there's a lot going on, and I'm very excited because tonight we're going to be talking about some big things. We're going to be talking about major moves that Metamorphosis is making and the Everybody Eats project. We got a big event on Saturday. Yes. So for those of you who don't know, the Everybody Eats project is a 501c3 not-for-profit program that feeds families that are having a hard time as a result of several different emergency problems or issues and stuff. And what we do is we actually create emergency packages to take to those families in their homes who are unable to get to us. So we've been blessed to not only just give them food, we've been blessed to do coats, we've been blessed to do clothing, we've been blessed to do furniture. It has been growing and I am so happy that we're in a position to be able to do that. We want to give a big shout out and thank you to everyone who have helped us. This week we got a major donation of 51 turkeys. 51 turkeys. Yes. For our Thanksgiving giveaway on Saturday. It was just amazing. It was amazing. They're overflowing all over the place now, and stuff. And there's even turkeys in the car, and and then we might get some more turkeys tomorrow. So I'm happy that the Everybody Eats project will be able to help quite a few families. 67 that's registered. Okay, 67. We will be able to help 67 families on Saturday to have Thanksgiving dinner next week. Nice. So if you or anyone you know is in need of a dinner or some food or just a little bit of help, please don't hesitate to contact us. Absolutely. We are in our new home, which is another thing to celebrate. We are in our new home in Charlesburg now, 804 Sarah Street. For those of you who live in the Poconos, on the third floor, you can come visit us. We will be officially open and having our grand opening on Friday, December 3rd at 1 o'clock. The Metamorphosis Women's Empowerment Center, home of the Everybody Eats project, and the Chrysalis Resource Center will be open to the public officially. Nice. Big things. Big things. I am so excited. Yes, and so if you'd like to reach us, you can call us at 570-234-3200. Okay, you'll get Aisha or you'll get Carlotta or you'll get myself. Call us. If you get a chance, stop by, visit, come check out our home. Our home is your home.
Yes.
Learn about our programs and services. We got a little love for you, and we definitely would love to meet you.
Absolutely.
All right? But yes, for those of you who may know someone who can use a turkey dinner, please don't hesitate to call us. Let us know. We still got time to add in one more family. We'll make a way.
Absolutely.
But no one should go hungry for the holiday.
Absolutely.
Okay? So now we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. I'm going to let my girlfriends.
I just had a
Uh-oh.
sidebar.
Oh, go.
I think y'all should just be looking at them lips that she got. You know, that color just makes her pop. Okay, let me.
Well,
be
I have
quiet.
to. I have to say thank you, y'all. This
No, don't say it. Don't.
compliments of Miss Carlotta. Yes,
Very nice. Good
I just wanted them
job.
to see the lipstick. That's all I
Beautiful.
she did. She did my. Take the picture. Take the picture.
Take the picture.
There it is. Okay, do that screenshot. Do that screenshot.
Get it.
Do you want the other side?
Right. Make sure you got the good side. Okay.
Like
I see you. Yes.
Nice.
Well,
See you. Them
well,
lip-
thank
them
you,
lips.
thank you. So we got
Nice.
since we already put it out there, we're gonna start with you and let you introduce yourself tonight. Tell everybody who's
Okay.
in the cafe with me.
Yes, this is Carlotta Aneth. I am constituent friend to Miss Cherise. She is amazing. I love her so much.
Thank you.
I am a support group facilitator at the Chrysalis Center, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm telling about it because I'm excited about it. and I also am a book writer, author,
Yes.
publisher of the year.
Yes.
Nice.
So I heard you had some big things going on.
I
Recently
do.
got an award for your
That was
book.
the Publisher of the Year,
Nice.
Publisher's Choice Award, which is Publisher of the Year
Nice.
at my publishing company. And I am really excited because we have more, because I just sent the transcript for the second book, part 2
Marvelous.
of her story. So look for it
Nice.
soon.
Marvelous.
So I'm really excited.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm excited.
See?
I'm really excited. I'm doing
There it is.
Big things.
trying to push myself out there.
Nice.
Just some
Did
great
you-
things.
Did you give the name of the book?
The name of the book is Her Story. I did,
Okay.
but
Okay.
I'm gonna say it again. It's Her Story. You can get it on Amazon.
That's
You can get it
Nice.
on our publishing site, which is ajbpublishing.com. ajbpublishing.com. And I'm on all. You can get my book anywhere. Barnes and Noble, thrift store. As a matter of fact, it is a Kindle. On Kindle Fire, you can get it on iTunes
Wow.
as
Look for
well.
that.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic.
oh yeah.
Yes,
So I'm,
we're gonna
I'm,
look for
every,
that before
I'm
release.
everywhere. I'm everywhere.
Well,
So,
you know
Thanks
what
for
we
sharing.
might have to do? We might have to, let them read your book and then set up a sip and discuss. You know what I'm saying?
Like a book club?
Yeah,
Yeah. Start a
do
book
something
club.
like a book
I
club,
love
you know,
that.
like
I love
that.
that.
I think that'd be a
Page
good
turner. I
thing.
am in.
Yes.
It's definitely I'm gonna say it's a page turner, not because I wrote it, but because it was my life, and it was a turning point for me in healing from all the things that I've been through. And
Absolutely.
so when I wrote the book, I was healed.
Okay.
I did not get healed when I said, "Oh, I'm gonna write the book."
Right.
I
right.
cried writing that book every single day, every page that I wrote, I cried. And so, the book is for people to be healed, for women and men too, to be healed, to get a healing, to get a sense of who they are, and what they can and cannot do. That's what it's
Okay.
about.
Well,
gonna read that.
I do believe your words and your thoughts, memories, and feelings are going to help somebody else through their
Absolutely.
situation. And that's what Metamorphosis is all about.
And that's why
It's
I love
it's
it.
about us. It's about us helping people to
Yes.
go through their transition
Yes.
into their new wings.
Absolutely.
Mental healing.
Yes.
Exactly.
Mental
Finding,
health is so
finding
important.
peace. The book is finding peace in the dark.
Absolutely.
When there's darkness, because when you're in the dark, of course, you're looking and you're trying to look around to find where you are and where you can be. But if you just find that little piece of light, and the light would be inside yourself, it would not just be the darkness itself, but it's you. You make the light illuminate it, and then you become healed.
Nice.
It's beautiful. I'm so
Love it.
excited. So I'm
Love
looking
it.
forward to reading it.
Yeah.
I
That's
do
not
have a
about
quick
me.
question.
And-
Is it
Yes.
available as an Audible?
Yes, Kindle
It is.
Fire
Yeah?
and Audible.
Nice.
Really?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
When we go for our walk.
Okay.
should
Can I have your autograph before you get too big? Okay.
Yes.
Well, we gotta get the book first.
There it is. You gotta get the book first.
Look, we don't just sign
Don't
things.
say
Right.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
people.
There it is.
People, can you give me a book, autographed book? And I'm like, are you gonna buy the book? Because if you buy the book, I'll come sign the book.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was
Support
like,
small
oh,
businesses
of
and,
course.
and new business
Support-
owners.
Support
There.
your melanated people, not just
Absolutely.
me, not just me, but all of us.
Yes,
We want to
that's right.
support all our people.
That's right.
Okay, don't just
Absolutely.
support who you. And can I just say this real quick? Don't be stingy, or don't be selfish, and support who you want to support. We support each other,
That's
all
right.
of us. It don't
That's
matter.
right.
You know, we have a habit of, oh, my friend supports that one, or I'm this girl that I know she don't support them, so I ain't even going. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be like that.
We have to support.
Yeah.
Listen, the one thing we all need to learn is that we need to be able to uplift each other.
That's right.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know,
And
we
also
need
do your own research. Don't
Yeah.
just go by hearsay, you know?
Say
See
it
for
again.
yourself.
It's true
Yes,
because
you
half the
do.
time
Speak for
people
yourself.
talking
Yeah, like,
don't
you
know what they're talking about.
Yes.
And don't read the
listen.
comment section.
Yeah.
Until you see for
Exactly.
yourself.
Right,
See for yourself.
exactly,
Right,
Exactly.
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 Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Carlotta, and
My
welcome
pleasure,
to
my
the
pleasure.
cafe with us
My
tonight.
pleasure.
And next to me is the one, the
Karen
only, the
Kay.
beautiful Miss Karen Kay. Welcome, Karen, into the
Thank you for having
cafe.
me. Thank you for having me. This
Oh.
is such a pleasure. I enjoyed it the last time I was here, so I'm like so grateful that I was actually invited to come again. Thank you.
Absolutely, I tell you,
Thank
I
you.
love to adopt a new person into the
Every-
family.
Yes,
It's
please
like-
adopt me.
Yes.
I'm learning. Yes.
She's like, exactly me.
No, I
You
know.
know?
Honestly, I do.
Yes.
I love this. I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
Because at the end of the day, it doesn't just help you;
Mm-hmm.
it helps someone else. And like you had said before, the last time I was here, somebody's gonna see this and say, you know what? I know so and so needs help.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send them her way because I
Yeah.
know she's
Yes.
gonna help them.
Yes.
You know, so sometimes it's not just for you; it's for someone else. It could be for a friend. It could be a
Absolutely.
family member.
It's true.
And you never
Absolutely.
know when you're gonna be in a position of needing.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
That's
You know,
Right.
like
Say it.
you know, I can honestly say that God woke me up this morning. I'm blessed.
Amen.
I'm able to move. I'm able to do, and you know, I go home to a warm house, blessed. But at the end of the day, that's a blessing. Not everyone have that.
This is
Something
true.
so simple as just being warm. You know, having
Yep.
a coat. So to me, I just feel like what you're doing is just awesome, and anything that
is.
I can do to help, like, trust me, like. I take time away from my day just so I can be here
Yeah.
because I believe in you and I
Thank
believe in what you're
you.
doing.
I
So
appreciate
Thank
that.
you, Karen.
Well, thanks.
And Asha
On
knows.
that
Yeah.
night, look, on that night we can just go home now.
I know that's right. Yeah, I don't even need any more show. You know,
Yeah.
she gonna make me cry. Come on, you gonna make my mascara.
Listen,
girl.
tap it out, tap it out,
Right.
blink, blink.
And to my left, the one and only, the beautiful Aisha.
Oh yes, I love it.
Sexy.
Hello,
Queen.
everyone.
Sexy
Welcome
queen.
back to the cafe with us.
Thank you. My name is Aisha. I have the honor to spend my days with Cherie Sanders. I am her executive assistant.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
And we
Yes.
are building this organization from the ground up as we speak. Every day I get to learn from Cherise
Yes.
and be inspired by her and just the genuine work, that expression, you know, sweat, blood, and tears, all of that. You know, I see it every day and
Girl,
every
you said
night.
you wasn't gonna tell him I was crying. Okay?
You know, so I'm just so honored and blessed to be a part of
Yes.
Metamorphosis.
Yes.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited about the topics tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's get into
Oh,
it.
Into
I
and
it.
want to say
I-
this too. I'm always going to interject. I want to say this about Aisha. She's very passionate about
Absolutely.
metamorphosis.
Thank
She's
you.
very passionate about anything. A real
Yes.
honesty. Passionate about food. Passionate about clothes. Passionate about taking them pictures.
Yes, honey. Yes. Yes.
But she's very passionate about this organization, and I really I really love how she is always on it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
everything.
And
She
I
touches.
couldn't
I
have
love it.
asked for
Yeah, she's
a better
she's doing her
assistant,
thing. Nice.
you
I
know,
love
a
it.
better assistant.
Yes.
And she is the epitome of what tonight's topic is about,
Yes.
you know, and metamorphosis, because I am an example of what we're talking about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So in case you guys didn't know, tonight we're talking about starting over, okay? A second chance
Very
at life.
relatable.
Very.
Yes.
Second
I
chance
find
at
it.
life,
In more ways
you
than
know?
one.
And
Yes.
Love it.
I am just, I'm going to start with myself,
Okay.
Do it, girl.
because metamorphosis is my second chance.
Let's go, queen.
That's my
go.
second
Talk
chance.
about it.
You know, I spent 13 years as a nurse, okay, and was injured twice, okay, so much so this time I can't even go back,
Wow.
okay, and it's been really rough to try to figure out what am I going to do now.
Yes.
I'm 51, going on 52.
51
Nice.
never looks so
You know?
good.
Hey,
Y'all
no.
better-
Speak on it.
You know, 51 going on 52, and I'm like, okay, so it's, you know, I was feeling like, oh, it's too late to go back to school, you know, and even though I know that's not true, that's what I was just kind of feeling like. I was like, all right, this is what I've known,
Right.
you know, and it's too late for me to go back to school. You know, my kids are grown now. They've moved out the house. They have their own kids
Right.
and stuff. You know, it's just me and the dogs and everything. And what am I going to do, you know, all day? And so I kind of felt myself spiraling down into a place that was like I was having my own pity party.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, drinks and all. I was having my own
been
pity
there.
party. And no, I don't
can
drink.
relate.
Let me clear that up. I do not drink. Okay.
I
Validate
do.
that.
I do.
I'm
Yes.
saying,
And I'm with her.
I do.
Do.
We drank.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Go.
but you know, I was spiraling down into this place where I was feeling sorry for myself, and I was like, okay, I'm too old to, you know, really go back to school, get a degree. You know, it's like I'm gonna start a business, and you know, everyone says it takes like 3 to 5 years to really get your business off the ground.
true.
You know, do I have the money to start a business? You know, and then relationship wise, you know, my marriage was very rocky, and that split up and stuff. And so now, you know, it was kind of like, okay, so now not only am I out of work, you know, I don't have a husband, and so now there's a lot to start over.
Right.
You know, there's my whole life basically, you know, and then there are no babies anymore. You know, so now it's just me, and what do you do when it's just you?
Right.
You know, so out of that, you know, it was like I literally had this one day where I just sat on my bed and I'm like boo-hooing and bawling my eyes out, and I'm like, I don't want to do this no more by myself. You know, nobody loves me. My hair all messed up and all this kind of stuff. Okay, and then I was like, you know what? I can't possibly be the only woman feeling like this.
No, and you're not.
You know, I can't
Absolutely
possibly be the only woman feeling like that. And the idea of metamorphosis came out of that. You know, it was like, okay, enough. Enough crying, enough feeling bad about yourself, enough trying to take on, you know, taking everything and putting it in one bowl and mixing it up so that you have this really heavy feeling of like, I'm just no good. I'm not worth anything. I can't do anything. I'm too old.
Right.
You know? And so I kind of felt like metamorphosis would make a difference. It would be an open door for women to come and sit just like we're doing now and talk about the things that we think no one else is talking about. No one else is feeling. Or we don't talk about it because we're told that we shouldn't, we're too emotional. You know? We don't need to be emotional.
I'm a woman.
Right.
What? Stop it. Stop it.
Yes.
Stop it.
Right?
I'm emotional from the moment I
stop
wake up.
I'm emotional. Okay, I got hormones. Okay, and I have babies. And
Gotta
anytime
do
you
it.
give birth to a child, you're going to be emotional. Okay, your emotions going to be all over the place. It's just for you to try to get control of them emotions, which is my issue.
Exactly.
I'll be good.
So one of the things that really intrigued me were women who were starting businesses at mid-age, and I was like, hold up, that's me.
Yes.
You know, and then one day it was like, okay, so I pulled out my favorite outfit. I went and got my hair done. I got my
Yes.
nails done, and I like this. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, I'm gonna do something different today. I'm gonna do something different today. And then I had a friend say to me, like, listen, stop. Game over. No more pity parties.
That's
this is
right.
not who you are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I've been there.
Figure out what you're gonna do with yourself
Yep.
and get up and do it.
Absolutely.
And here we are. Here we are.
Here we
You
are.
know what I'm saying? Here we are.
so
So
excited.
tonight, I just want to talk with my girls and find out, where you guys starting over at and how did you do it?
It was hard.
Because
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it was hard.
I'm just thinking like, my kids are having kids now.
Right.
So I often kind of feel like I'm in the house by myself.
Right. Right.
I
wanna
just
be that way.
I just want to say to your story. Usually, when you think of a business, you think of profit. You think of your own benefit.
Right.
And Metamorphosis is everything but that. It is actually giving. And it's so amazing that you are the example and the epitome of, money isn't everything.
Right.
This is fulfillment. This is
Right.
fulfilling you. This is
Right.
giving you a purpose. Hey, since I've been a part of Metamorphosis, I get up. I have a pep to my step. Like I look forward to going to the office and seeing who else I can help. Who else can we reach out to?
Absolutely.
And that's your story. You know what I mean? Yeah, you were trying to keep yourself busy and still like make a living, but it was from a not for profit,
Yeah.
and it's just amazing that your mission aligned with your purpose at the end, so blessings,
Well, I
God
appreciate
sends us
that.
inspiration and blessings
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. So
When she came to me to talk about it, I had already started It's a Queen Affair, which is a organization where I talk to women about putting together vision boards about themselves,
I
right?
remember.
And when she came to me to talk to me about Metamorphosis, I didn't really see the full scope of what she was seeing, but I wanted to be a part of it. I knew that something was going to be amazing. And I said, you know what? Sometimes God will send people for you to get
Aligned
organized
with,
and
yep.
aligned with them so that you can go forth, so I can go forth. And I've been going forth ever since I've been with her. I've never stopped. It's a Queen Affair, Rising to the Greatness Within is on hold for now, but it's going to begin to have its way because I'm in alignment where I'm supposed to be. If I didn't listen to her and I was like, you know what, yeah, thank you for inviting me, but no, I'm on my own thing. I'd be lost because I've never done this before.
Sure.
I've never started a business. I've worked all my life. I was in the United States Army for 15 years. I worked all my life, know nothing else but working and having children. 7 children later, and now I'm single again. And I can relate to where you've been because I had to start all over after 20 years of a marriage, and now after 20 years, 7 children, what do I do?
Yeah, exactly.
So I decided to become a school teacher, and I wanted to be happy. And I wanted to be able to spend time with my children because my older children didn't get that because mom was in the military.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll do this. I could be home at the same time they can be home. But I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I was like you.
It's crazy because you start thinking about, well, what did I do for me? Like,
Right.
what was for me?
Yeah.
Like,
I came into this world with a partner. I did not come here alone. I am a twin. So all my life I've been doing with other people, never just with Carlotta.
right.
It went from my mother's house to getting married, now I'm married, and then I get and start having children, and I had my first child, and then I had my second child, and then that didn't work. Then I got into another relationship and had 4 more children. Like, it was just like, it was a cycle that, where's Carlotta? Where is her identity? Even though, I was still trusting God, and I was in the church, I became a minister, working for the Lord, but where is me?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking there's no me, because my identity is Christ. But God says that we have our own identity, because how can you win the people with just, plainness? As an evangelist, we go out there, we talk to people, and we win them by conversation, by sharing with them, by giving them something that's going to be amazing for them. But it's a unique style.
Right.
Everybody's unique, so you have a unique style on how you help people. That's what I love the most about Metamorphosis.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Is because she
personalizing,
It's a
yeah.
personable thing.
It really
it's
is.
not,
Yeah.
well, you're gonna get this and be happy with it.
Yeah, no.
And let me tell you something. I've been to pantries where you've gotten cans and the cans is beat up, smashed in. The food is old. It's expiring. Not but days that you got it, and if you don't use it right away, guess what happens? It's it's spoiled. And I thought about that when she was coming to me, and I was like, oh, pantry sounds good, blah blah blah. But the way she explained it, and then I saw it for myself, and that alone is unique. That you took the uniqueness and during the pandemic at that. Out there when people is getting sick from the virus, and you out there giving people food.
When they need it the most.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
I kind of just want to highlight a point you said, just because you went over it so fast. I remember when we went on our retreat to North Carolina, we had such an amazing time. You had us do vision boards,
yes.
and that was, in my opinion, a great activity. It was so productive.
Yes.
And, I do want to say, I know the world is a little different now, where opportunity is more available, social media, the world's a village, but not everybody's going to be a businessman or a businesswoman, right?
Right.
However, if you do focus on a vision board, and if you do write down your goals, whether they're daily goals, weekly goals, monthly goals,
Right.
you're going to see yourself reach your goals faster
Right.
and just
Amen.
clearer vision.
Right.
When you have a clearer vision and you're taking action and such, you have a good outcome,
Right. Right.
So maybe owning or running a business is not your thing, regardless of what age group you are, but having a vision is an everybody thing,
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I think this is why I applaud Miss Karen over here for going
go,
back to
Karen.
school
Let's
at
go,
this
Karen.
point. She inspired me. I was like, wait a minute, I want to go to class.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to go to class. But please tell me what, after you've graduated, now you're working, you're
Full-time.
full time and everything, got family, husband, the whole nine, and now you decide to go back to school.
Right.
Well,
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, vision board, years ago, and it's so funny, and Asha is so like she hit it on the nail on the head. You have to write it down. You have to see yourself doing it.
Yes.
You have to believe it.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you guys something really quickly. I called a school back in February, March, and she asked me, so what would you like to do? Where do you see yourself? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dermatology. That's where I want to be. Like, I want to look at skin every day, all day. Like,
Okay.
live it, eat it, breathe it. That is me. That's that's my happy place,
Okay.
And I'm speaking to this lady months later. So she repeats the question. She asks me again, and she's like, it's like so funny. Like, you said the same exact thing. Like, I don't waver.
Yes.
I will not waver.
That's how you know when you.
I
what you
know
want.
that for me,
Absolutely.
like, that is my
Absolutely.
happy place. And it
Absolutely.
took me a very, don't let this face fool you. It took me a very long time to get here, to know what it is that I want.
Right.
I wrote it down. before we even bought our home, I was in school, and I remember I wrote it down. Someone told me, my teacher was like, listen, you write down everything, you put it in a pillow, put it in a book,
Right.
like leave it, forget about it,
Right.
and just, it would just happen. Trust me. And I kid you not, if I'm lying, may God strike me down.
He
I
won't.
wrote on that list, I wanted a home. I wanted my dream car. I wanted to have another kid. I wanted to get married. Wanted to go back to school, get a degree. Blah, blah, blah. And I mean, I listed it. I mean, I went in, wrote everything
Yeah.
down.
Right.
I found this like, I want to say years later. I don't know what I was doing, like going through my drawer or something, and it's like tucked in the back in a book or something, and I must have picked it up and it fell out. And I'm like, what is this? It was the same exact list. And when I tell you guys that I have accomplished like nearly everything on that list, the dream car is coming next year.
Okay.
I know what it is
accomplished
too.
Everything on that list. So
yes.
I mean, I remember like cutting magazines and making my vision board. Like this is what I want to do. Lab
Yes.
coat, this, that. Like it was there. Like and I can still see it. So it's like. When you say that, it brings back so much memories because
Yeah.
I know that it works.
And it
you
does
have to
work.
put it in the
gotta
atmosphere,
put
what
it
you
in the
want.
atmosphere.
You have to
Absolutely.
speak
I
it.
Manifest
agree.
it.
I have,
I
if you
agree.
come
Manifest
to my house,
it.
in my bedroom, I have little colored pieces of paper that I wrote. I was like, this is nonsense. What am I going through? So I started writing. I cut the paper, construction paper. I cut it, and I made little squares. And I said, I am amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
I am
Absolutely.
going
Yes.
Love that.
Absolutely.
I'm going to write my book, and it's going to come out on November 25th. I said 2020. Well, the book came out in November 25th, 2019. Okay, it was a
Nice.
year early. I put over there.
Nice.
So what I did was I just kept, and that brought the idea of the vision board. Not a vision, because people make vision boards. You see that all the
Yes.
time. But this is a different kind of vision board. This is a vision board where it's not going to end. You're going to
No.
make one,
Yes.
and then you're going to make another
Yes.
one. And then you're going to make another one. And then, and
You
that's
have
going
to.
be
You have to
all the way.
evolve with it.
It's a healing kind of thing. So
Yeah.
because after 20 years of marriage, I had to start all over.
Yes.
Then I had to find a career, and then I had to find out what I wanted to be and
Yeah.
who I was. And then and so it just kept going on. And I was like, okay, God, what am I going to do? Because right now, I don't know what I'm doing.
And that was the hardest part for me.
Yeah.
Finding out who I was.
Yes. Yes.
Like, and all those years, I thought I knew.
Yeah.
I thought I knew. I knew who Sharice was.
Right.
Sharice was this. I was the one. You couldn't say nothing to me. I knew everything. Still living my high school life. I was a straight A honor student. Went on to college. My kids did well. Things like that. And then when it was all stripped away, when it was all stripped away, I asked myself one question. If I died today, what would be my legacy?
Right. Right.
If I died at this very moment,
What would
what
I
would
have
people remember
Right.
me for? What would they say about Sharice?
Right.
And that made me start thinking about, what do I want to do? I don't want to be just a nice lady down the block.
Right.
I didn't want to be just a nice lady down the block. But I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to make a difference in my community, not only in the community where I live. I wanted to make a difference in the Black community.
Right.
I wanted to make a difference in the feminine community.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was kind of like my history has been always working in community services. I've always been in community services, advocating on behalf of young girls and women. It started with me advocating for young women who were survivors of rape and sexual assault.
Yes.
And then I went through my own time where I was trying to commit suicide and I was going through, a whole bunch of other things too.
Right.
And it just kind of put me in a place where it was like I was always trying to save somebody else because saving somebody else saved me.
Right. Right.
You know? But then when there was no one to save,
Right.
I felt lost.
Yep.
I felt lost.
Because you didn't yell.
Yeah, And so then it was kind of like, okay, so now So now
Wow.
when I look now at where I am,
Mm-hmm.
you know, my thing is metamorphosis is not for me. It's not about recognition for me.
Right.
It's about your metamorphosis and your metamorphosis and your
Mm-hmm.
metamorphosis, because everybody's chrysalis period,
Mm-hmm.
and for those who may not know what a chrysalis is,
Right.
you know, that's the period when a caterpillar changes to a butterfly.
Right.
The chrysalis is that cocoon, and that period they're in the cocoon,
Right,
where
right.
they go through their changes,
Right.
and everything changes about them.
Right.
It's their mind changes.
Yes, and that's the
okay,
important thing.
their body
Yes.
changes.
Yes.
They shed that old skin and
Right.
grow a new one. You know,
Absolutely.
and then they add to it. They get wings.
I love it.
They get wings. You know, and then they exit that chrysalis and become a butterfly, and they
Yes.
fly off and live a totally new life.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and I felt that's what I wanted. I wanted for other women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So me starting over was a starting over period for all women.
Yes.
You know, I like to say I'm every woman because I like to represent every woman.
Right.
You know, I like to lead by example. I think the best way to say I'm making a difference is to be the difference that I want to
Yes.
see.
Yes.
You know, and so
you.
in opening those doors and bringing all of you ladies in, you know, I did sit back and go, what is Aisha gonna bring?
Right.
What's Karen gonna bring?
Right. Right.
What's Carlotta gonna bring?
Right.
You know, everybody, I was like, there's something different about each of you that I felt would make metamorphosis that much more dynamic.
Good stuff.
You know, and so when women walk through the door and they say, I have this issue, and it starts with food. Usually they're walking in because they're asking for food.
Yeah.
Because they don't have food at home.
Okay,
Yeah. And
but you'll find that it's not food.
It's more than
It's
food.
not just the
Yeah.
food.
It's not
and
just food.
and the more you see them, the more they open to you.
because the metamorphosis is happening. The chrysalis part is happening. They're coming in their ugly stage.
Mm-hmm.
So we come to metamorphosis in our ugly stage, and we don't realize that, you know, in that chrysalis, you're not beautiful in that chrysalis right now. Everything ugly is happening,
And shedding that skin hurts.
and it's very painful.
Yes.
And I know I've experienced it. It's very painful.
Very.
In that time frame, and you're like, well, somebody got to come and I need some rescuing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and you go to metamorphosis, and you say, hey, I'm struggling with this, I need this, and then all of a sudden you find yourself saying everything that's going on with you, and then that's when you're able to start to get that healing. That's when you start to the shedding of that skin, that ugly skin that was just like trying to choke you to death. You're moving around, you know, because in that chrysalis, who's that? Listen, I can't.
Absolutely.
I can't. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
You're moving
That's a good
around.
one.
We're
That is a
getting
good one. That is
some
a good
great
one.
good
comments.
You're moving around in there, and it's starting to. So you come in there, and the more that you talk to them, the more that the ugliness rolls away, because
And-
now they're talking about it,
And they want to change.
and they want
and,
it.
and that was the thing that I was very excited about, is that the slightest change. Not everybody has to change in the same way. It's you know, for some people it's grandiose. You know what I'm saying? And for other people it's the littlest
minuscule.
thing.
Yes.
But the littlest change can make a big deal in
difference.
someone's life.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, in
Absolutely.
someone's
Yes.
life and
Absolutely.
stuff. And for me, you know, it was like that one moment when I just said, I'm not crying anymore. I'm
right.
tired of crying.
Right.
I'm
Right.
tired of feeling hurt, you know, and all like that. My marriage didn't work. Oh well, his loss.
That's
Right.
right.
Good for you.
Yes.
Right.
His loss.
My
Yes.
sister says no means next.
Yes.
There you go.
She says no means
There you
next.
go.
Just keep it moving.
You know, and it's just sort of it's crazy how you never really realize how much you got going on until you start breaking down
Yes.
that one, one thing at a time.
Barriers.
One thing at a
Knocking
time.
down the
Right.
barriers.
Right.
Exactly. And then you finish cleaning that room and you close that door and you open up the other door and all the stuff falls out on you.
Right.
And then you clean that up, you close that door and you're like, wow, I got 2 doors closed.
Right.
2 rooms clean.
Right.
Let me go to this third room. Let me see here. And then, in the beginning, you start moving stuff from room to room. Oh, we're going to move it out of the bathroom into that room.
Right.
Oh, we're going to move it out that closet into that room.
Absolutely.
Okay? And we're going to move it out of that room. Let's put everything in that room. No, we'll just have a junk room.
Right. Right.
And then now you're cleaning out your junk room. And for me, my junk room, there was so much junk.
Oh my goodness.
There was so much junk, and I kept feeling like, all right, I don't want to date. I don't want to date because dating was going to be too much work.
Right.
And I was so hurt over the relationship that I was already in, and stuff like that. It was like, do I really want to deal with that?
Right.
I couldn't understand, and I'm going to say it, please nobody get offended if you're over the age of 55 and had a baby. But I just, it's hard for me to comprehend having another child at the age of 50.
Not happening.
You know what I'm saying? But some women do it.
Janet Jackson had a baby at 50.
50. She was
Right,
50.
you know what I'm saying, and she got a new husband and a new life and everything.
So with that, we will segue to our next topic. Starting over.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I admire her for starting over at 50 and having another baby. Because I'm 50. My kids are grown with their own kids.
I'm sorry. I have to interject.
Okay. Go.
I do feel that if it's what you want, like I just read somewhere that a woman always wanted to have children and she ended up pregnant at 50.
54.
Was it 54?
54.
And she
Wow.
had a baby,
And
and,
I'm
she
gonna
just
piggyback
looked
off
the
of you.
happiest person
She
ever.
was. And that baby
because
was
at the end,
beautiful.
because at the end of the day, doesn't matter how old you are.
Right.
It's how old you
my
feel.
daughter,
This
and
is
I'm going
true.
to piggyback off what you said today. My daughter, I shared with her, and I'm going to share. I should not, but I'm going to share anyway. So, of course, I'm going to be 53 on Thanksgiving Day. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going through the change of life. It's going through, that thing is gone. It's going on 10 months. I'm good. I went to see my lady friend, and she's like, oh, it's coming back. I said, what? I said, what? Y'all hear me, right? I said, what? No, it's not coming back. She's like, yeah, Carlotta, it's coming back. And she's like, and you can still produce. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, moving right along, I went and shared that with my daughter. And she's like, Ma, she likes to use the Bible as a reference. And she says, Ma, what if it was never meant for us to stop menstruating? What if it was never meant for us? She says, because a lot of women in the Bible were like in their 90s having babies. And I was like,
I believe it.
she's like, what if
That was a different time period.
right?
And
that's
food
what I
was
trying
different.
to explain
Food
to
was
her.
different.
I
And
was
not
trying to
only
explain
that,
to
like
her.
life was different.
It was so different now because we have all the chemicals. We're eating all these foods with crazy chemicals in it. It's changing our whole chemical on
your
the
makeup,
inside,
yeah.
everything going on. And I said, I don't know because women are menopausing and that thing is going away after a certain time. She said, Ma, I really believe that we as a people messed that up. Cause
and that is a possibility. I do believe that. Well, everything you put into your body affects your body.
right.
Okay. and my fellow nurse here can
Right.
back me up on
I
this.
believe it.
So,
I believe it.
you know, it's kind of like we get told, oh, we need to take vitamins
Right.
for this,
Right.
and we need this medication for that,
Right, right.
and we need, you know, we don't know what they're putting in the food to make the
Right,
food last longer, the
right.
chickens to grow
And we
bigger,
talked about
the
that.
meat.
Yes,
You
we
know,
talked
so
about that.
everything affects your body,
Right.
and even when we're not thinking about it, the changes are happening.
changes
And
happen.
I'm sorry, because I've seen young ladies in their teens who are far more developed than I am.
Yes, absolutely.
And I'm grown,
absolutely.
Yeah.
you
I
know,
agree.
who
I
are
agree.
far more developed than I
Yes,
am.
yes.
And think of the size of our young ladies.
Yes.
Right.
You know, they're girls are big.
I had my oldest daughter was wearing a G bra
That was my sister.
at the age of 13.
That was my sister.
I can show you pictures. And I was like, what is
Yes.
happening here?
Yeah.
And the daughter that I talked to today, the same thing. And I was like, we went from, we was living in New York City, we came up here, and before I knew it, I was like, what happened? Like, what was going on? So yes, I believe that, I feel like the food, I breastfed my children, but I feel like that the food
But
is
you
what,
still ate it.
and I still ate the food.
And,
right.
and what you've
look what I
ingested
produced.
It's what
gets
you
passed
give.
to
You know
your
what I
children.
talked to her about?
There was a
it
question.
fair
Okay, so is it fair to the child to give birth in your
That's
mid
How I
50s?
think. That's how
You know,
I
Is
at
think.
it
the end of
fair?
the day, it is not for us to decide, because if God didn't want that child to be born, the child wouldn't be born.
Right, right.
So with that being said, I do not think that it's fair to say, you know, is it fair? Is it fair to deny this woman that always wanted to be a mom? If
I
God felt
understand
at
the
this
question,
time,
though.
because at the end of the day, it's like in certain periods, in certain moments in our life, we're not meant to do certain things.
Right, right.
Maybe she had to do everything that she needed to do to now be able
First.
to devote the rest of her life to that child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's not for us to decide.
Well, we're getting, because we're living longer. And I think that I understand this question, because when I was dating someone, he wanted, at first he did want to have a baby with me. And I told him, I said, I'm in my 40s, my late 40s, that's not happening. He said, and then he thought about it, he was like, it would be, he said the same question, it would be selfish because I'm getting older, I'm not getting younger, and will I be able to keep up with that baby? Will I be able to, if I have a son, will I be able to run with him? Will I be able to jump with him because I'm getting older? But people are living longer. 70 years old, you got 70-year-old women that are bodybuilding.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so their
So
bodies
I kind
are
of
evolving.
I understand the question, but I understand the demographics and what everything is, how everything is going, I feel like it's turning around, like, so, but because of how we have chemicaled ourselves almost to death, that it's just becoming it's starting to become overbearing, but people are starting to understand, like, so now they're saying, oh, we should build, make our own, grow our own food, grow your own vegetables, we got to go back to that.
Yes.
I talked about with my daughter this morning about the milk. Oh, Shema, do you think we should be drinking milk from a cow? I said, well, I drink milk from a cow, but I drink it directly from the cow. Now we're getting it
Pasteurized.
and it's coming from a factory. There's a difference than drinking. I know the difference of how a cow's milk tastes coming out of the udder directly than what we are drinking now.
Yeah, I've never had cow's milk.
Let me tell you something. It's not the same.
I
I'm
mean,
sure.
if you were to ask me, like, as an opinion, I know this is not the topic, but I mean, because the question was posed, I prefer, like, I had my first child at 23, and I actually thought about this. I would much rather prefer that I had my kids late than early, just because of that whole self-learning. I mean, I got married very young,
Right, I
and
understand
so
what you-
still learning about myself, and
Right.
I tend to see, even with my children's friends, parents who are older, they seem to be I don't want to say better parents, but definitely more patient,
Yes.
more wise.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So
Understanding. I agree.
I agree with her because
I
that's how I
agree.
am with my grandchildren.
there you go.
And
Good
I have,
example.
I'm young. I'm still,
Grinch.
I'm 50. I'm only 52.
But you're
50.
wiser.
But I am wiser
You're more patient.
and more patient. And my children say that, but I still have children in my house. I have 2 sons. One is 17. One is 13. So I'm still raising them. And the patience came first because I asked for it.
Yes.
I had 5 daughters, and growing up in my home where incest was prevalent, I became more aware of my daughters, because I have 5 daughters. And so I said, God, I need you to give me patience because I know how I was as a young teen. But it was because I was rebelling because of all the stuff that was going on in my life. And so I said, God, you got to give me patience to raise these daughters. I'm telling you, teenage girls in your house.
Honey.
I had
I'm
4
over
of
that
them
moment.
at one time. It wasn't 5, it was 4.
Girl,
Lord have
two.
mercy.
strength.
Okay?
Strength.
I was pregnant with the 5th daughter and had the oldest daughter up at the wall like this. Like, I'm going to take your life. So I asked for patience. I said, God, you got to give me patience. And he gave it to me. But also, like you said, the wisdom, learning more. So now when I deal with my granddaughter, which I have a 14-year-old granddaughter and I have an 11-year-old granddaughter. So now dealing with them, my conversation is a little bit different with them. And sometimes I still get that little, I still get that. But I'm reserved with it now because I know what is needed from me to her and from her to me.
Yes.
And as her mother, not her grandmother, but as her mother's mother, showing her, okay, this is what your mom went through, and so we're not going to do that again. We're not going to repeat it.
Yeah, I find it to be so much different with moms because like even with my mom, like if I say like my son is doing this or my son is doing that, she'll say, honey, I just need you to have patience with him.
Yeah.
I just need you to just grace, just ask for grace, just please.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mom,
I know you
I
were.
remember the days. Okay.
You had no
Do
patience.
it to me.
You had no patience.
My daughters do it to me. They say it to me all
If
the
I
time.
blinked wrong,
Yeah, they
said
do
the
it to
wrong
me.
word.
But what they say now, my older daughter with the 14-year-old, she's like, Mom, I got it.
yes, my daughter says
She
that
said
too.
at first I was kind of feeling some kind of way because you treat these other little children that you got the little bit always tell me you need to beat them.
Yeah.
She needs a beat and whip her. I'm like, your baby is 3 years old. Go over there and sit down
Yes.
somewhere, okay?
Like they have no. I feel
Yeah,
like,
like
I find like the new generation, they have no patience.
Yeah, they have no patience.
Like my daughter's 26, and my poor little grandbaby is like,
Aw.
she's not even a year yet, and like sometimes like I just hear her saying like, "Don't do this, don't," and I'm like, that little girl don't
She
even
don't
know what
know
she's
what she
doing.
You know,
And
And
I
let
just
her,
have
she needs to
patience with her.
explore.
So
She
now I
needs
have
to,
become my mom.
Yeah.
I have become my mom.
Yeah. And what I did was when they were younger, I didn't like the girls. Let me take this back. The women, the queens now, like you said, they have no patience and they're just fussing at them. And I go back to when I was younger, and I was raising 2 daughters at 16, one daughter at 16, one at 19, and I would be like, Lord, child, don't like I
go
didn't
through
want to
that.
like I wanted to yell, but I had to pull myself in.
see,
Talk to me.
and this is where I, and I'm gonna kind of refer back to this question about giving birth in your mid 50s. So I'm in my selfish phase.
Oh, you sound like my husband.
I ain't gonna lie.
No.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Myself
After,
Good for you. You deserve.
See,
you deserve a
and
little
and
bit
after
of
I started
self-love.
raising children at 19. My oldest son was 19. I was 19 when I had my oldest son. And when I say I gave up life because I wanted them to never need
worry
for anything.
anything.
Right.
And that's
so
that's how I
all,
treated them. Yeah.
and I thought in order for me to be able to do that, I had to give up me. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And so that's what they
Absolutely.
did. And then after having my children, I got married. So now I had a husband.
Then now you got
Who,
yeah.
So now I'm
Talk
giving
about
up
it.
Back in the
me
burner again. Yes.
Exactly.
So you're giving yourself up.
Right.
And that's the difference between our young queens now and us back then. We were willing to give up. They're not willing to do that. They're like, I ain't got time for this. And you're fussing at the child
But
and
see,
carrying
now
on.
let's
But
go
you
back
gotta
to
take
his
your time.
question. At the end of the day, I feel like a woman in her 50s have like a patience of a saint. Where,
think?
and don't get me
Lord
wrong,
have
when I
mercy.
was younger, I did have that patience. I really did.
Yeah.
I was that mom where my kids would tell you like I don't yell, and if I ever yell, they know like okay, it's time
It's
for us to
over.
scatter.
Yeah,
Like
something's
seriously,
wrong.
like
Oh, yeah.
mom is
Oh, yeah.
is about to like explode.
Yep.
Because I don't do that, and I never had to. I was always that mom that just had to give them a look. I'm giving you that look, so you know what that look
You know
means,
what it
right?
means.
Okay, so you gonna stop, right?
I think that's
okay.
most.
I'm
I
done.
think that's most melanated women.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I feel that like I would have rather, like I should say, I would have rather had my children later on in life because I would have gotten to enjoy me.
Right.
You know,
To
just
learn
like
yourself, to learn who you are.
yes,
as a
I mean,
person.
I've
Right.
always
I
known who,
understand.
who I was, but sometimes you have to give up yourself for something else.
Right.
So I gave up me for my children,
Sacrifice that we
just like
make.
you, and then
Right.
I gave up
And then your
myself
marriage.
Right.
for you know
For
the
the husband.
the person that
Right.
you
Yeah.
thought that you were going to spend the rest of your life
Right,
with.
Yeah.
right.
And then it
Absolutely.
leads you back to that. Now, when all of that is gone, now I have to relearn me.
Wow.
When I separated from him, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna learn who I am
Who I
again.
am.
What I like,
Absolutely.
what I don't like, what I will tolerate, what I will not tolerate.
Absolutely.
And I went out on dates by myself with just me because I dated me. I
No,
loved
that's
me,
right.
and I would go
Absolutely.
out to dinner by myself. If
I've
I wanted
done
to
it.
go to a bar, a club, if I wanted to go shopping, no matter whatever it is, and I feel that it gave me something that I didn't have before.
Like
Because
a little bit of control. Give you
Yes,
back a
it
little
gave
bit of
me back
control.
And that's what I
Yeah.
feel like. Even now, like my husband would be like, I want dinner home at like
Bro.
me.
Bro.
I'm so sorry. I'm going out. I will be back at such and such. As a matter of
And
fact,
when-
I'll be back when I'm ready.
Okay.
But I did cook extra last night, and
Yeah.
there are some leftovers. And
Wink,
just
wink.
like and just like Thanksgiving dinner,
Yeah.
it tastes
It
better
tastes
the
better
next
next
day.
day.
I'm like, no. Well, I can honestly say that now that I am older, like I'm in the mind space where it's you work.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have to be
Yeah.
in the kitchen cooking. I don't have to be barefoot. I don't have to
Right.
do all those things.
Right.
I can just
right.
basically
Absolutely.
enjoy me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Like
Yeah.
now I'm in that space because my daughter doesn't live at home. The two are there. But guess what? You guys are 20. Once you cross that stage and you graduate high school,
Oh, all right.
And I think that's
the sign of the
And
cross,
it's the-
may the cross,
right,
the Lord
may
be
God
with
be
you.
with
you.
May God
Okay.
be with you.
and I
Keep
think
it
that's
moving.
right. I like
I'm doing that now. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm moving to Georgia, right? And I told my son, I didn't mean to cut you up, but I'm moving to Georgia next year. And I told my sons, y'all are getting dropped off at military school. Just
hear
so
that.
you know, because I'm ready to live my best life.
You are living your best life.
At 53,
I love it. I
y'all
love
gotta
it.
go.
More
But
power.
that's why I say I feel like I'm being selfish.
And you are
Because
okay.
in
Do it, girl.
being selfish, I
Men
didn't
cook
have
too.
the
Yes,
chance.
Vincent.
Yeah.
And I hope you cook very
Oh,
well.
really? Because oh, never mind. Anyway, no, men do cook. My brother is a cook. He's
Men-
an
men-
executive
men
chef.
cook,
My
yeah.
dad was a chef, and men cook.
Yes, they
Well,
do.
here's the thing:
too,
Sharice
though.
ain't cooking,
Look, I ain't cooking.
and that's the best. That's the best part of starting over. I'm telling y'all.
Yes, you
But
That
cook
is
Sharice-
the best part of starting over
Recipe,
because
yes.
Go
I
to
had
the
to
restaurant.
because
Come
I had to cook so much
Yes.
all the time.
36 years. of
You know what
cooking.
I'm saying? And
Yeah.
My child is 36 years old.
the one day I realized I didn't have to cook anymore, I was like, what? Wait, I can
like
order out.
cooking. I love
Uber
cooking.
Eats,
I
let me tell
enjoy
you.
it. That's my love language.
No, I go Sunday morning. They don't want to get up on Sunday morning, and mom's up, and mom's dressed, and she's at the restaurant having breakfast
Nice.
and watching church on the laptop.
Amen.
See, that's what I'm saying.
By
I
myself,
sleep
white
until whenever I
face.
want to
Yeah.
sleep till whenever I want
wanna
to.
sleep until
Get
9
up when I
o'clock.
get ready. You know, the dogs are still a pain in the butt and all like that. But
Yes,
you know, even
chilling.
them, I'm like, okay, hey, listen. So y'all got 2 owners.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got 2 owners, and
Somebody better come and get you.
Mm.
Come and get you.
and
Listen,
I'll
find
holler.
yourself.
They get
I'll
me
see you in
Monday.
2 days because
They get me Monday through Friday. But I got to get up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. I'm always up. I'm up at 4 sometimes. That's prayer time. You know, my meditation with God. So I'm up. But I said on Saturdays and Sundays, if somebody crosses my bedroom door, know that you're going to get hit with something.
I hear that.
Okay?
I hear
Because
that.
it is not a weekday. Ain't no school. I don't want nobody cut my son 5 a.m. on Saturday. I have to fight him to get up at 5 a.m.
Doing the school.
during
Yes,
the school.
yes.
But on 5 a.m. he's coming, jumping on my bed. Ma, you up? Bro,
That's
mean,
me.
do I look
I
up?
do that. I do that to my husband.
Wait,
Are you
you
ready
up?
to get up? I want to eat breakfast.
Ma, you want to cook some pancakes? He got enough of getting
They want
knocked
your
in the head,
undivided
so
attention.
Now he gets up and makes his own pancakes now.
yeah.
He come waking me up. Ma, you up?
I mean, I think ultimately, you know, in starting over, it depends on what it is you want to do to start over.
Yes.
And how you want to start over. For me, it was taking time for myself because I didn't really have that time for
Absolutely.
myself. You know, so
Absolutely.
it was taking time for myself. And it's hilarious because I kept saying, oh, I want some time to myself. And when I got my own time, I'm going to go get my nails done.
Talk
and I'm
about
gonna
it,
get my
girl.
hair
Talk
done.
about
And
it.
I'm going to get my toes done. And I don't do that.
That's just
You
taking too
don't.
much time.
No, seriously. I really don't. I mean, I do it
do it.
occasionally, but it's not a.
It's a chore.
Standing, yes, it's a
not a
standing
chore.
thing for me. And let me tell you,
chore.
you want to know what my
From 9
favorite,
a.m.,
No,
I'm
that's
out
no.
of the house.
my
Sorry.
favorite pastime
Right.
is sitting in my office.
Oh,
See,
That's my
nice.
favorite pastime.
Yes,
Sitting
I
in
love
my
that.
office doing
Oh my
what
gosh,
I
I can't
do
wait. I love
right
it.
now.
I love
You
it.
know what I'm saying? And it was
You're my
because
idol.
that was my dream.
She said you're my idol.
She is.
Yeah.
I mean, like, honestly, you want to wake up every day and love what you do.
I love
Yes.
that.
And
I love
enjoy
that.
Yes.
Yes.
So when I
And
see
that's
her
all I wanted
smiling
to
and
do.
saying that,
Yes.
it's like,
I
oh my
can-
God,
but
I
I
can't
can
wait to
relate.
get to that.
I absolutely
you know?
can relate because when I was working and teaching and stuff, I was like, this is not what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
And I went to the doctor. I had a mini stroke, and I went to the doctor, and the doctor, we talked, and he was like, "What's going on in your life?" He was being real personable, and he was like, you know, I started telling him what's going on. He was like, "You need to write a book." I said, "I did," because I did. But I didn't write a book.
Yeah.
I wrote my book. Like I literally was writing it every single day, and I wrote it. I'm a writer. That's what I love doing. It was my pastime when I was going through the things that I was going through. And he said, "You need to write the book." And he charged me. And I
For
was
telling
like,
you to write the book.
he charged me. He not charged me like money
Yeah.
charged me, but he charged me
to do
to
the task.
what comes what
Yes,
what comes from
what
me.
you're
So then I
called to.
started working. So then I didn't want to do teaching anymore, and I quit. And I worked for Amazon. I wanted to make some money. I want to do some things. So I started doing stuff, and I got hurt. Okay, and I got hurt. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. And I got hurt and on the job, and I was like, well, you know, God, I really don't want to work for Amazon anymore.
Yeah.
I want to stay home. And that's when I wrote the book.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to
I
talk to
know.
God when I go home.
That's when
I know that's right.
And that's when I wrote the book. And now I'm home, and I'm home.
Hey, Sabrina. Thank you for joining us. I wanted to give Aisha a chance to give. You had a comment and stuff. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I actually was, I mean, I think we're a little bit out of time right now.
Yeah, but I wanted to give you a
However,
chance to
I just wanted to know what it was like, your story about starting over, you know, after your relationships, you know, your marriages, coming to an end, starting over. I just wanted to, because I'm kind of going through that myself. So,
Right.
yeah.
Waiting
So
for
I
you
just
to
wanted
tell
to hear,
about it.
but I know that it's time.
Yeah, we've run out of time, but I will say this, and then I'm gonna say goodnight. Starting over, you have to start over where you feel comfortable.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, when you're
when
ready.
you feel comfortable.
Yes, when
Right.
you're
You
ready.
know what I'm saying?
Because that's the only time you can actually
You can't do it when someone says you need to move, Aisha. You can't do it when someone say, "Well, girl, you need to get over it because you dwelling on the past." No, you got to do it when you're comfortable and you're ready.
Right.
Otherwise, you'll be moving in somebody else's spirit,
Yes.
Right.
and
not
it
your
won't
own.
be good for you. It's
Yeah.
not
Out of
going to work
God's-
out for you because
not
it's
on
not
God's
your
timing.
time.
Amen.
You know,
His
and
timing is
Yes.
so
well.
so when the Lord puts you where He wants you to be, He's going to place you there, and you'll know.
Yes.
Yep.
Like you'll just
Absolutely.
automatically have that feeling, that epiphany just come over you and be
There
like,
it is.
you know
Right.
what?
And be like,
I have
now's
to
the
go.
time.
And there's
Absolutely.
nothing. And when I
Nothing's
tell
gonna
you
stop
nothing
you.
is gonna stop you,
I
like
got
when
it.
you start moving,
feel
like
that.
when that wind is at your back and you going, you're gonna
It
keep going,
is.
and
Yes.
you're never gonna stop.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you're
Like-
gonna be at peace with it too.
Collecting
Absolutely.
pearls of wisdom
Yes.
tonight.
It is.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
Ladies and
modest.
gentlemen,
I know.
I am so sorry we're out of time. I've enjoyed my time in the cafe with my ladies
too.
again.
Absolutely.
I
You know,
actually enjoyed myself.
I'm looking forward to. Well, next week is Thanksgiving.
I know.
Right?
It's my
birthday.
Happy
Happy birthday!
Wow.
You know,
loving
we
it.
want
Nice.
Miss Carlotta to have the celebration
tell you.
of a lifetime, and
Yes,
actually,
it's
you couldn't have picked a
celebration.
better day to have a
Have a
birthday because
birthday, right?
it's a day of thanks.
Thanksgiving,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
my brother, my twin, who I hadn't seen for 20 years, is coming with his wife and his daughter.
Nice.
Oh, absolutely nice.
No, but that's not it. My sister's coming, my niece is coming, and my,
Mm.
and
Oh,
my
this is
nephew.
nice
I have a
celebration.
Yes.
house full coming to my house, so I'm excited.
Nice.
I'm
So you
really
All right,
guys
we'll be stopping.
Awesome.
Of course.
Well,
You throwing
enjoy
down?
it.
Where exactly do you
Down.
live? Because I'm gonna be
22,
working.
52,
You're gonna stop at the hospital and drop my plate.
Exactly. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to wish you a happy holiday.
Thank you.
We will see you the week
Thank you,
after
Sabrina.
next.
Thank you.
But again, we want to say Everybody Eats is on the road. We're still at work. Anyone,
Absolutely.
if you know of anyone or you yourself is in need of food or Thanksgiving dinner, there's no charge,
Give them
no
that
income checking. Don't worry about it. Contact us 570-223-4503 or 570-234-3200. Let us know where you are. If you can't come to us,
Absolutely.
we will come to you. We got a little love for you, and a little love goes a long way. We want you guys to have a great night, have an even
Yes.
better week, and we will
happy
see y'all the next time
Thanksgiving.
we're